Hello, hello, hello. This is Pastor Martin. Come on in. Let's talk tonight for a few minutes. Want to share something with you, and I pray and trust it's going to bless you. So, want to give you just a few minutes to get in and to come in tonight. Want to share with you, and I got something I want to talk to you about, and I believe it'll bless you tonight. I want to talk to you tonight, and thank you so much for joining and coming in. I want to talk to you tonight about don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. You know, so many of us today, as we are dealing today and looking at things today, we are limiting ourselves in a great way because we're waiting on other people to do things for us. We're waiting on other people to help us out. We're waiting on other people to come through for us and to be our backbone, our strength. Hey, Cassandra, to be our backbone and our strength. And we are actually limiting ourselves today with all the things that are going on. And I want to say something to you tonight, and it may seem like maybe it's not spiritual enough for some of you, but let me share with you that we are limiting ourselves, when you think about it, with what we have in God and what God has already given us, and then His Word, and then through prayer, and then with all the technology of today. We are really limiting ourselves. And I want to encourage you not to limit yourself. Whatever your field, whatever you're doing, whether you are a minister, whether you're a photographer, whether you're a singer, whether you're a musician, whatever it may be, don't limit yourself, because we have so much potential in what we can do and what we're able to do. And many of us, we've limited ourselves. We have put our things on the back burner, or we've stopped doing them, just hoping that somebody is going to come through and help us out. Even those that have promised they were going to help us, we believe that they're going to do it. And because they have not done it, now we put our dreams on hold. Now we've said, I can't do it. But I want to tell you, this is not the day to limit yourself. Did you not know, if you are doing anything today with the World Wide Web, with internet, with all of this stuff, that you have the possibility to really make an impact in the world and touch the world from where you are? And you don't have to be on a platform or a stage. When you think of this, there is no limit to what we're doing here. Many of you, as you're watching me even tonight here at 9:27, some of you may be in Georgia, but some of you may be in Texas, some of you may be in California, some of you may be in, I don't know, some of you may be in China, I don't know. I've had people that have been watching us from Bermuda, that's been watching us from oh my God, been watching us from Italy, been watching us from France. And these people, hey, y'all, been watching us. And so it gives me to understand that I'm not limited by what I can do from here, because even though I'm talking from here, somebody across the water, somebody across the world is watching me. Somebody across the world is seeing what I'm doing. And so if I limit myself, if I only deal with trying to reach just those people in my geographical location in Georgia, right here, then I have limited myself. Many of you, when you think about selling stuff and doing stuff, you think, well, I'm going to sell stuff, but I'll only sell it in Georgia. I only do this in Georgia. Did you not know, when you go online, when you go on these things here, that you have the opportunity to reach people all over the world? People that you could reach. I mean, you know, people that you would be able to reach as far as your music, your ministry, your books, whatever it may be. You have the opportunity to reach people all over the world. And so the only limit you have is you. The only limit you have is in your mind. The only limit that you have is something that you are not doing because you refuse. North Carolina is here. See, people in North Carolina. Now, I'm not in North Carolina. I'm in Georgia. But somebody in North Carolina is hearing me, which means I'm not limited to Georgia. I'm not limited to this location. It means I'm reaching somebody else somewhere else. And so the only limit that I have is in my mind, or the only limit I have is what I refuse to do. And I've allowed other people to talk me out of it, and allowed other people to say, well, you can't do it. You're not able to do it. And you shouldn't do that. I've got to stop, and we've got to stop letting people tell us what we can't do when we have this open platform to what we can do. Somebody tonight, you're getting ready to take the limits. You know, a lot of times I preach messages. I preached a message many years ago, still preaching sometimes, 7 ways that they limited God, 7 ways that Israel limited God. And oftentimes in the word, I would say it's time to take the limits off of God. But I've come to tell somebody tonight, it's time to take the limits off of yourself. It's time for you to remove the chain, remove the hindrance, remove the rubber band, remove what has been blocking you, and say to yourself, I'm taking the limits off. I've got an opportunity to reach the world, and I can do it from here. I know we complain about many people that are going live on Facebook and live on this, but when you think about it, everyone has the opportunity to take the limit off and to reach the world from wherever they are. So we've got to do that. We've got to take the limit off. We've got to make sure that we understand that the limit is only in us. Nobody, and I want to make sure you get this tonight. Thank y'all so much. Nobody can stop us from doing what we need to do, want to do, or what God has called us to do. Even if they don't help you. God's got somebody that when we take the limit off and use those resources that are available to us, then we're going to do, and we're going to reach the world. So I want to come on this Monday night. I want you to start your week off right. Start making plans and start telling yourself, I'm not going to let anybody limit me. I'm not going to let anything hinder me and limit me anymore. I refuse. I'm going to take advantage of what God has for me. You know, when I look at, before I did start doing this live stuff, I used to do television. And I never forget, I would go places. I never forget going to the airport, getting ready to fly and do revival. And the TSA person, when they saw my ID, they said to me, they said, are you Pastor Martin? I said, yes. They said, oh, I watch you on TV. I was going to court to drop some papers off in the court. And as I was going through the checkpoint, the officer, I didn't have ID on, but the officer said to me, said, I'm watching you. And I was stopped and I was like, did I do something? And they said, oh no, I watch you on TV. And so I started understanding that you don't have to be limited. And I want to say this because a lot of you are stuck because you have it in your mind that if certain people don't help you, if they don't endorse you, if they don't back you up, that you're not going to be able to do this. But I'm here to tell you, tonight, take the limit off of yourself. Okay? Take the limit off of yourself. You've got to tell yourself, no more limits for me. I refuse to be stuck. And I often hear people saying, well, you know, you got to think out the box. I want to tell you that actually the box has been removed. With all this technology and stuff, we don't have any box. It's already gone. All you got to do is take advantage and know what God has given you to do and do it and watch God bless you. Listen, let me tell you something, and I'm going to hurry up through here. I pray and trust that you're being blessed by this, but let me tell you something. Many people believe in their mind, and I'm going to say this, and I know I get some feedback, but it's okay. Many people think in their mind, well, I've reached the height. I've reached fame. I've reached this. But let me tell you something. There are people in the world, as famous as we may think we are, that have never heard of us. You would be shocked. I know you would be really shocked to know that there are people in the world that have never heard of Bishop T.D. Jakes. You would be like, really? You would be shocked. There are folk in the world that have never heard of these other people. Don't even know they exist. Never heard of them. And that means that is even more opportunity. You've got to understand, God doesn't put a limit on us. We've got people we can reach everywhere in the world. And all you've got to do is make yourself available. And you've got to stop holding back, waiting. I said to myself this year, said, I'm not going to wait on anyone else. You don't have to wait on no one to open any doors for you. You don't have to wait on anybody to give you an invitation. You don't have to wait on anybody to do anything. And I'm not just talking about preaching. I'm talking about when every area of your life, you don't have to wait. You can do what you need to do. I see a good friend of mine we've been knowing each other many, many years, Cassandra. She takes pictures, tremendous photographer. And understand, she don't have to limit herself to Georgia with just taking pictures. This vast open thing here, she could be all over the world taking pictures. Or if you're selling an album or a CD or whatever it may be, if you're doing selling, did you not know that you can sell from wherever you are? You don't even have to have a warehouse. You can sell from your house, and people around the world will buy your things. If you wrote a book, people will go to Amazon or they will directly contact you to buy stuff. All you've got to do is make the first step in doing it. There is no limits to what you can do. And I want to encourage you, and I pray that you are getting this. Thank you so much. I pray that you're getting this. Don't limit yourself. You know, my uncle passed about 2 years ago, and it's not on anymore, but I said I'm going to do something in memory of him. And so I put together, I had recorded some songs when we would be in church and stuff, and I did it myself, put it together, and this is what I came up with. I came up with this, and I created the cover and everything, and I pray you can see that, but I created the cover and everything and did everything. And so in creating this, what happened was I put it online and people started buying it from all over the world. They started buying it from all over the country until the point that I sold out of them. And my point is this, I didn't wait on anyone else to do it. I did it myself. And I'm here to encourage you that you can do the same thing. It's available to you. It's open to you. You waiting on somebody that said they're going to help you and they haven't helped you yet? Don't do it. Don't worry about it. Take a step. Tell yourself, no one else is going to limit me, and I'm not going to limit myself. I'm going to take the limits off of myself, off of what I'm doing. I refuse to let anything else hinder me and hold me back. I'm going to take the limits off, and I know if I do it, God is going to bless me. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I just want to come on. That's been in my spirit all day to encourage somebody on this Monday. I don't know who this is for, but I'm sure it's for somebody that you need to take the limits off. And it may be for somebody that even watched this later. Take every limit off. We've got this technology. It's open. It's available. You know, I preach on Sunday mornings, and sometimes I'm like any other church. Sometimes people come to church. Sometimes they take vacations. It just all depends. But I'm so encouraged because every week we're live streaming. And when I start getting emails and start getting things from people that say, we're watching you in Bermuda. Pastor Martin, you blessed us. I'm watching you in California. You blessed us. I'm watching you in Italy. I'm watching you from Paris. When I start getting those things, and then when people start responding, it tells me that I'm not limited to East Point, Georgia. That's my location, but I'm not limited with the word and with the message, because the limits have been taken off. And it just all depends what I do with those things that have been presented to me. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself tonight, on this Monday night, October the 2nd, 2017, I take the limits off. Not off God because God's waiting on me. I take the limits off myself and God's getting ready to move for me. I got to go, y'all. I pray and trust that you receive tonight. Share this with somebody. Subscribe to me because I'm going to be coming on whenever the Lord tells me. I'm going to pop on and share something with you. And I know it's going to bless you. So by all means, keep praying for me. Share this with somebody. Subscribe to my live feed. So when I come on, you'll be able to hear what I'm going to be sharing with you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here on this Monday night. And remember, as you go tonight, wake up with a new attitude in the morning and say to yourself, I'm taking the limits off of myself. God bless you, and may all God's best be yours.